Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. It's Snapshot 19W37A, and we've got a whole bunch of smaller changes in this one, including some parity between the different versions of the game. We'll get into that in just a second, because later on in this video I'm going to talk about 1.16. There's something that's been discovered inside of these snapshots that may give us a hint as to what 1.16 is going to be all about, and it is something that the Minecraft community has been asking for a long time. Now I am looking for baby animals because this is apparently in the other versions of the game and it's now come to the Java edition. So I've created a flat world so I can fly around and see mobs naturally spawning on the grass over here, and what we should see is just the occasional baby spawning with a pack of animals. Okay, there we go, got a baby cow with this pack. I thought I'd check this out in a regular world also, and I haven't found a single baby animal spawning naturally yet, and I've been exploring for at least 5 minutes, and I should probably get on with recording the rest of this video, right? I've seen well over 100 packs of animals. I don't know if that means they're very rare or it's not correctly implemented, but we definitely saw it in the flat world, so we can move on from that. And of course, sod's law, a moment later I find a baby cow. Here's another change from the other Minecraft editions. Boats can now be used as fuel. And as you might have suspected, they are good to smelt 6 items. Of course, the smoker and the blast furnace is twice as fast as the regular furnace, but it still does 6 items in total. Then we have the campfire, another item that can cook food, except without fuel. But anyway, the change here is that you can right-click on it with a shovel in order to put it out, which I don't think is too bad, because what you would do alternatively is use a bucket of water and then pick that water up with an empty bucket. So it's a little easier to do that with a shovel. There is also this bit of text from the Minecraft website, enchantments and stored enchantments. This refers to custom-made advancements and how they can interact with particular types of items. So now you will need to use enchantment for the enchantment on an item and stored enchantments for one inside of a book. Now, speaking of Curse of Vanishing, there was a confusing bug report about the Curse of Vanishing working inside of containers, and specifically talking about a player dying with a shulker box on them and these items being removed from the shulker box. I've tested this and it did not turn out to be true. However, do you think that would be a good idea if you were to break a chest or a dropper that had these items in for them to permanently disappear? The one thing in the bug report that was actually changed was the mule. You can see it's got a Curse of Vanishing sword and book inside of it. We're now going to, unfortunately, kill this thing for science. And you can see that the sword disappeared. And what's strange about this is when I tested it in another world, the enchanted book disappeared as well. So not entirely sure what's going on there. There was a change specific to farmland and blocks that you can place above it that don't turn it to dirt but can also be interacted with by pistons. Now when you use the piston, it's not going to turn the farmland into dirt. Obviously we're talking about this bit here, not this block, because the piston interacts with that. And yes, I can't think why that would be useful at all, but there you go. And now I've just learned that the other block this works with is carpet. I didn't know carpet could be placed on farmland like that. Let's go ahead and move it with the piston. You can see that it stays as farmland. Not sure again how that would be useful. So I am now in survival in Minecraft 1.14.4 and I've got a enchanted Silk Touch book right here. And this was a bug that we showed in Myth Busting. By holding this book, you'll actually get the block that would drop as if Silk Touch were on at all. What should happen is the glass block should disappear, and of course the bookshelf would turn into 3 books. So as you might suspect, here in the latest snapshot, this has indeed been patched. That trick is no longer going to work. So in 1.14 there have been reports of tamed animals not teleporting to the player when they move away. So I'm going to do just that and see if this has been patched. There we go, they're teleporting again. So if you've had issues with your pets not following you through the world and not teleporting, this has been patched. I guess a reminder here might be useful. If you don't want them to teleport, you need to make them sit, and then they will stay put when you travel far away. Now, last snapshot we had 3 new game rules introduced, and by default they would set themselves to false. We had fire damage, fall damage, and drowning damage, so you wouldn't be able to take damage from these sources by default. And I saw quite a few comments calling this bad game design and saying Mojang don't know what they're doing. Peeps, just a reminder, these are snapshots. Things are going to go wrong as they develop them. So one of the things I tried to do was test it out with various types of fire damage like lava. So we're actually going to set this game rule to false and walk into the lava. As you'll see now, they have removed lava damage from this game rule as well. So that's a slight change, as well as this not being on by default. Oh yeah, and when you pause the game and nothing is actually happening, the fire animation still is animated. That has been in the game for way too long. Another new feature we got were the wet sponges in the nether and them instantly being dried. Well, this wouldn't provide updates to the block or to redstone. So you can see when we place them here, we provide an update to this block update detector. But in the last update, this wasn't the case when you would place the block down the first time. I think this old world from the previous snapshot is corrupt. Absolutely everywhere I teleport to is the same biome, and it can't locate any structures that wouldn't be inside of this biome. How very strange. What I wanted to show you was some minor changes to player animations. So if I place down this lily pad, notice how I don't swing my arm, but if I were to place a regular block, the arm swings. This has been noticed for a whole bunch of things, including using a spawn egg on another animal. There's also things like shearing animals, emptying a water or lava bucket, filling a bucket back up, placing down a boat, throwing an eye of ender. Yeah, a lot of polish has been put into these little animations that are missing. A bug was also discovered that allowed you to get multiple horse armor from a horse if you had looting 3. So now they'll only drop 1 horse armor. It was also noticed that bells would rotate in the direction that they are interacted with. So you can see this one is going side to side. If we place it like this, then it's still going in the same direction. Redstone could do this, villagers could do this. Now they're only going to wobble back and forth in this direction. So at the very beginning of this video, I talked about what 1.16 could be as an update, and I think I got some real good inside info for you here. I will just quickly say, if you've enjoyed the video and you want to learn about 1.16, please do subscribe to the channel. When Minecon happens later this month, it's quite likely that the update will be announced, and I'll be covering that here on the channel. So if you want to catch it, be sure to stay tuned. Now on the screen I'm going to put a tweet from NemBombMC, who has looked into the game code. One thing I've learned from updating Carpet to 19W36A is that since now the game is supporting 3D biome layouts, cave update, nether biomes, who knows? Officials didn't confirm that, but they didn't deny it either. That's only my suspicion. Either of those sound absolutely fantastic, but I suspect it will be a cave update because so much of the community has been talking about that for quite some time now. So if I go ahead and press F3, you'll see that the biome here looks like normal. This is all under the hood stuff and nothing has actually changed inside of the game, but the preparations have been made to store 3D biome information, which means that at some point in the future what we could do is go underground into these ravines, and these could actually have different biomes from the areas above them, and that opens the door to have a cave update or a nether update, as NemBomb suggested. What do you think it's going to be? What do you want to see? Let me know with a comment down below. Personally, I'd take either of those, but if I were in charge, it would be a cave update. And that's where we're going to wrap up this video, so if you've enjoyed it, then leave a like. As always, thanks so much for the support on this channel, and I'll be seeing you hopefully next week with another snapshot. Bye bye.